Yeah, hi. So I thought I'd do one more video before we closed off for the evening. Obviously, the market is about to close in the US. Listen, it's been an amazing day for me. I hope everyone else has had a good day. Those who follow me closely, I would hope you have. I'm just going to go through the book before we close out for the weekend. So I covered my short in AMD when it was down 6.7%. It'll probably go down lower on Monday, but I don't really care. I sold it really well yesterday. It was a big short. So I made, on my book, I made 85 grand on that. So what I did is I swapped that for an S&P, the SPY ETF short instead, which is up 30K. So I've obviously got the QQQ short and the Palantir short, which are big positions. Just to put in perspective, right? My book fluctuates between about 5 to 8 million, depending on what's going on. But like at the moment, I've got with the SPY and the QQQ and the Palantir, got 2.5, 3.5, 4. I've got $5 million short, right? That's how short I am. I closed the Oracle the second that news hit with Trump, so that's gone. Viking is only 400K, 350K. That's long, and that's actually not really doing very much, which is nice. Illuma's only 250K, and that's not really doing much either. In fact, it's been green all day long. Novo is 200K. Aiden is 200K. Fubo, which I cut immediately in half when that news came out, is only 150K. Orsted is only 200K. And Pfizer's now a big position. I've been buying it gently on the way down, but Pfizer's a very defensive stock, so it'll outperform. And I love the level for Pfizer, so that's why I added to it. And that's it. So that's the book, right? As you can see, it's very short, and that's why we're having a good day today. And the stuff that I'm long is either small and or defensive. So there we go. As you can probably see from my eyes, I'm pretty tired. It's been a big day. It's been a great day. When the market has collapsed, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do and exactly what it needed to do. And I'm fielding lots of comments in the chat saying, from people who obviously haven't experienced markets for very long, saying, dollar cost average down, everything's on discount. It's on fucking discount. Nothing is on discount. This is a very, very, very expensive, overbought market, right? It's cheap discount. Let's just put this in. Let's just be clear about this, right? For something to be on sale, let's take Microsoft or anything in Mag 7, right? Those stocks are trading on somewhere between 25 to 30 times forward earnings, right? That's expensive, right? And they are growing, so that you have to adjust for the growth. But there's nothing cheap about this market. The S&P is on 24 times, 23 and a half times forward earnings, right? That's historically the most expensive it's ever been, pretty much, right? So there's nothing, anyone who says things are on discount after a 3% drop, I'm sorry, just has absolutely no idea what they're talking about. It might bounce back on Monday, but it's a very, very ugly close. We're closing on the lows, and anything could happen this weekend. But even if it does bounce back on Monday, it doesn't change what I just said, right? Nothing is on discount. The market is very expensive and very overbought. Some things in quantum and nuclear and robotics, expensive doesn't even come close to explaining what they are. Some of them don't even have any revenue, and they're trading on 10, 20, 30 billion dollar market caps. So for those who follow me are probably, very aware of the fact that today is a fantastic day, right? It needed to happen. You never know what's going to happen. We needed a catalyst, and we got one. So here it is. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I really hope some of you made a lot of money today. And we'll look at the screens and work out what to do on Monday. All the best.